because the time is running out and couldn't anymore finish the rest of the question. But you know, I took the exam the wrong way. God bless, and I know we can make it this time. Hey nurses, Nurse Rooms here, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here right now in Manila. I'm inside the accommodation that I booked here nearby Makati because I just took the NCLEX exam. As much as I want to make, a positive video regarding my passing of NCLEX, unfortunately the other way around happened. I don't know what exactly happened. I did everything. I've done everything. The spiritual aspect, the content aspect, I guess everything. And I've even applied for the 35 days leave, which means I got no excuse to fail the NCLEX because I had all the time. Unfortunately, I did have all the time and I even did everything. I guess, there are just some things that would really happen the way you want to. Maybe this isn't just your time, or maybe God just has better plans for you rather than passing you right now. Well, okay, so yesterday, right after I took NCLEX, I waited for the email from Pearson VUE as a signal that I'm gonna do the PVT trick, so I could at least, reassure myself of what will I expect for the following 2 days for the quick result. And unfortunately, I got the bad pop-up, but that wasn't really a surprise because I've already expected it. Why? What actually happened in my NCLEX? My computer didn't shut off. I ran out of time, and this sounds hilarious because I ran out of time at number 150. Yep. And that was within 6 hours, and I've only taken 150 questions. But it doesn't mean that I took the exam very slow, I got low endurance. It's just that I really got a lot of tips from all over, or from everyone. Like from my review center, we were told that we're gonna answer this particular question and answer application, which is Hogan, 265 questions every day, so that my endurance will be tested, because we really do not know what will happen on the day of the exam. I might get 75 or the whole number of tests. And then I was given this tip that you have to take your time. You have the whole 6 hours. You don't really need to be, to get rushed. So unfortunately, I followed the second tip, which is take your time. So that actually happened. Like for 75 questions, the remaining time that was only left was 2 hours. And as soon as I clicked next, it was still giving me questions. So as much as I want to continue, because at least I'm still right on the game, unfortunately, I was also looking at the time at the upper right corner, because I don't think I can make it. I only now have a little time, like 2 hours for 265. So, I can already tell my performance because all of the questions are so simple, like some objective, like what kind of classification is this medication, and I don't think that's above passing rate. So that's actually what happened. I do have lots of regrets. Like, I should have followed what the review center told me. But then maybe if you're gonna really think it over, maybe this isn't really just the right time. Well, I'm just gonna think it that way. Oh no, I'm crying. Because you will really come at this point when you think that yesterday or the 2 nights before you might have thought that you still have a lot of time to prepare for that day of exam, and then you don't wanna come to this point like today that you're gonna think that I wish I was still on that day when I still have the time to prepare for the exam. I don't know what really happened at me that time. It did everything. I finished the honors from cover to cover. I finished all the Q-Bank from U-World. I finished La Charity. I went to the review center every day just to take question and answer because I know that at home I'm just gonna sleep. But I guess as I was actually, reviewing my performance, I knew exactly what was wrong with me. And I realized that despite your preparation, all the contents that you touched or you used will be useless if your mind isn't ready. I mean, all the things that I do, it was just like a facade for me to show everyone that I'm preparing something. I am this prepared. But then inside me, I have this real anxiety that kind of like stopping or like filter everything that I do. That's why my body or my mind isn't really absorbing all the stuff that I do. Okay, so I had to stop the video because I was really crying pills. I don't know if that's even an idiom. Okay, so let's say I'm not yet aware of the result. Okay, so back to the PVT trick. Even though you already have this little instinct that you did fail the exam because you're really aware of your performance during the exam, plus the bad pop-up that I got, I still have this slight hope that maybe the quick result would just turn out the other way around. Because one of the friends that I also asked, she also shared that she has a friend that has a quick result of fail, but then when she looked at the State Board of Nursing list, her name was actually there. So it was really a bit confusing. And then I discovered that the NCLEX is actually scored twice. The first one was by the computer right after the exam was done. And then the second one was when the result was taken or was sent to the bond. So I think they will be the last resort. They're gonna review everything. Maybe if there's still a slight chance that they might consider for you to pass instead of failing you anyway. So I was searching on the internet what other tricks that would help me, just reassure myself if I still have hope or not. And then I bumped into this website telling that there are actually two. The one is a PVT trick from Pearson VUE, and the other one is the email that you will get from your BON, which is the CPR. That stands for Candidate Performance Result. Okay, so I was actually asking my friends how many days they received the CPR, and then the one that I asked was from the state of Saipan, and they said it was snail mailed after 30 days, and I guess that wouldn't be applicable for me if I'm gonna use that trick before I could pay for the quick result. But then the day after, the morning, I opened my phone, opening my Gmail, and then boom, I got an email from the State Board of Nursing of New Mexico. And I was like, unfortunately, I got the CPR result, because only those who failed will get the CPR result. It stands for Candidate Performance Result, which gives you your performance per content areas. So with mine, I guess the only concept that I've actually stuck into my mind is safety and infection control, because that was the only area that has the above passing rate. And also, well, as expected, it was pharmacology that was below the passing rate, and the rest of the content areas was just near passing rate. So I guess that was already the end point, or the most assurance that I need that I did really fail the exam. But I think despite what I'm feeling right now, the important thing is that I still have hope. There's no need for me to, to really cry and cry and cry, because I still have all the chance in the world. I can just take it again. Anyway, and the best thing is that at least I already have the idea of the feeling of taking the exam on the day, because that's the very thing that was bugging me the whole time I was preparing, which actually the main thing that contributed me to my failing score, because I can't really focus because of what I am thinking, the anxiety inside me. So just a few things. Don't really get too excited with SATA. When you get a lot of SATA, which means you really have this high chance of passing NCLEX, because in my case, I actually got 36 SATAs. And I think that's actually the problem with me, because on the exam, you were actually given, whiteboards where you can take down notes for calculations or etc. I list down all the times that I got a SATA. And every time I got that SATA, it kind of relieved me, or gave me a relief that, yes, I'm at the highest rank of this exam. I'm getting there. But unfortunately, SATA is actually not a very reliable factor that could tell you that you are actually getting there at the passing rate. It's actually the type of the exam, if it's hard or if it's easy. Because the whole time I was answering, I could really sense that the type of exam is way easier. And I guess that's the only thing that you should remember. So that's it. Don't get too excited when you get SATA, and don't get too focused on counting all the SATAs you need, because as everyone is saying, that the higher the number of SATAs you get, the higher the chances of passing. That is so not true. You just have to trust yourself, trust the process, and believe in yourself, and just focus. I guess that's the only thing that I'm gonna tell you on taking the exam. Because in my case, I guess I was just too absorbed of counting all the SATA that I got, meaning, so it kind of give me the relief that I am already there, thereby giving me like a relaxed feeling that and that's why I was just waiting for my computer to shut up at 75, because the remaining numbers before 75, like 73 or 74, I got SATA. And I was thinking that if I was already at the highest rank before the 75, then I guess this will shut off right at 75. However, right after I clicked next after the number 75, it was still continuously giving me questions up to 100 plus. It was like 140, and the time remaining at my upper right corner was already in red, meaning the time is already running out. And I couldn't do about it because I couldn't anymore finish the rest of the question. So it means that the NCLEX was actually giving me a chance to prove that I can pass the exam. But, you know, I took the exam the wrong way. I started it the wrong way because I took most of the time, or like 1/3 of the whole time, just for the 75 questions, because I was aiming just to get that 75. I was thinking that if I'm just gonna take one question at a time, slowly, just to get the right answer, then maybe I wouldn't need to, to get too long with 75. That's it. So for those taking the exam twice, thrice, or whatever, as long as it's again, God bless, and I know we can make it this time. Bye bye.